And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Wine Stream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and this is episode number 88. Yes, we have 88 episodes here so far. Are we going to make it to 100? We'll see. We'll see. Stick around. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we will, because I have some ideas for an exciting 100th episode. Yeah, that'll be 100 bottles, actually more than 100 bottles of wine that we've tasted, but we'll see. We're not there yet, almost, but we are at episode 88 tonight. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, this is Drink with Rick. It is a stream of consciousness kind of show. I do have some show notes, and I have them right here, ready to go, but we don't always stick to them 100%. We don't always follow them, because I rely more on our discussions in the chat, because this show isn't about me. It's about the wine, but it's really about you and me getting together, having a great time on a Saturday night, just sitting back, having some wine, beer, whatever it is that you want to drink, water, it doesn't matter, and just having a good time chatting back and forth. I want to know what you're drinking, or what you'd like to see me drinking. And you know what? If you have a good recommendation for a good wine or beverage to drink, and I can afford it, then I'll see if I can get it, and I'll drink it too. We'll see what happens. If you're just joining me for the first time ever, you can watch on Facebook. We are Facebook Live tonight, and I made absolutely sure that was working. So we are live on Facebook Facebook page at Drink with Rick. You can also watch on let's see, where else are we? Oh, yes, YouTube. We're on YouTube. That's Drink with Rick on YouTube. There's a live chat going there. Also on Periscope through Twitter, you can actually tweet me at Drink with Rick. That's at Drink with Rick. And, of course, on Twitch. Twitch is Drink with Rick 1. We are live on Twitch tonight. Drink with Rick, the number 1. And you should be able to chat with me live there as well. Also, you can chat with me. Well, actually, you can't chat. You can comment on the video, the live video feed, which is on the website at drinkwithrick.com. That's drinkwithrick.com. There's the website address down below. And I don't have a chat going there, but if you click on the post for this episode, there's a comments box, and you can comment on the show, and I will respond in kind. Also, you can reach me at rick@savoyamedia.com. That's rick at SAVOIAMEDIA.com with any comments, suggestions, questions, feedback of any sort. And just ask, no spam, and please be kind. I wear my heart on my sleeve, folks. It's okay. It's all good. You can reach me there. And, of course, on Monday nights, the podcast goes up every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, Monday nights. You can catch it on your favorite podcatcher. You can catch it here. You can subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get it every week as soon as the show drops. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, your favorite Android device, Stitcher Radio, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, Deezer, and Amazon Music. Amazon Music Podcasts, we're on there, so you can hear it on your Alexa, or excuse me, hopefully there's not one in the room that you're in. You can say the wake word, just say the wake word, Alexa, or whatever it is, play Drink with Rick podcast, and she should be able to find the latest episode for you. And also, we're on the new Podcast Index. Notice there's a new button there, Podcast Index. And what Podcast Index is, it is basically an open platform for podcasts that was created by the podfather himself, Adam Curry. And it's a new platform. And, I think you'll really enjoy it if you check it out there. It's really, it is an open platform. And I congratulate them for getting that up there, and I'm sure this is going to really help podcasters everywhere. So we're available there now, and it's all free. It's all free. You can to subscribe, and you can subscribe to the website. You can subscribe via email. Just go to the website at drinkwithrick.com. There's an email button down there somewhere on that list. Yeah, they're by email. And if you just put in your email address, you will get the latest episode in your email, a link to it, as soon as it drops every week. and no salesman will call. Okay. Really, I don't keep your email addresses, okay? That's just for the sake of subscribing to the podcast. Okay, so tonight we are going to be opening a really interesting wine that I picked up that actually was recommended to me by the good folks at Winestore. They said, hey, why don't you try this? You might like it. So we're going to try it and we'll see if I like it. We're going to pair it with some food, going to review it. We're also going to toast birthdays. I've got a congratulatory toast for a good friend of mine who just completed something that I think you'll really enjoy, and I'll have an announcement for that later. And of course, some national days, and we'll just kick back in the chat and talk about stuff tonight. It is an open chat, so please join in. You are going to steer the conversation wherever it goes. Before we get to the wine, let me check kind of quiet on Facebook tonight at the moment. Nothing going on. And my lovely wife Chi is on YouTube. Hello, she says, and hello right back at you. Chi, it's great that you're there. And let's see, Cam Bread is in the chat on here on Twitch. And Cam Bread says, hello, Rick, how are you? And I'm just fine. It's good to see you. We chatted a little bit last night, too, on that Square Guys stream. And you know what? That Square Guy, I'm a big fan of his. And I'll talk about him a little bit, too, because I've got to get to the wine first. So once we get started here, I'll get to that Square Guy. But he is a streamer on Twitch, and I enjoy a lot of his streams. And I'll tell you about what we were doing last night. So here is the wine that we are going to be drinking tonight. This is a Native Son. It is it's a Kuleto. I guess it's Kuleto. Yeah, Kuleto Estate Native Son red wine. This is a red blend. And it's a 2016. This is a very interesting red blend, and I'll tell you why, because it's a blend of a lot of different wines. And we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes as we open up the wine. That Square Guy's there. Oh, wow, that Square Guy's in the chat. And that Square Guy's great to see you. He says, you summoned me? In a way, I guess I did. But we were in the chat. It's great to see you, that Square Guy. And we're going to talk about last night, because both my kids and I were in the chat last night watching the Square Guy play one of the newest games out. Darcy Stardust is in the chat as well, and she says hello and hi, Cam Bread. Well, hello, Darcy. It's good to see you. And look, the gang's coming in. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And like I said, this is an open chat, so we're going to have some fun with it. Getting back to the wine for just a moment, once again, this is the wine we're drinking, Native Son red wine. This is a Kuleto Estate. I'm going to read a little bit on the back label of this wine. And this is the 2016, 90% Lake County, 10% Napa County red wine. Now, that's a little bit, I would say that's there's a little bit of misconception here. It's a 90% and 10%, 90% Lake County, 10% Napa County. That means where the grapes came from. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's 90% of one grape and 10% of another grape. There are more grapes in this thing than you would think, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. And it says, great wine is defined by its permissive of, is that permissive? Yeah, no, it's pernissive. Great wine is defined by its pernissive ability to ticulate the festals and buttle burskes. Burskes? Okay. A tumultuous blend of red varietals, this wine is soft, dinacrious, and epicureously alchemelted with aromas and flavors of ripe cherry pie, bay leaves, and deep chocolate. Honestly, folks, I did not write this. This is you can see the label. It's right there on the label. The illustration is by Stephen W. De Vega. Design is macchiato and cellared and bottled by Kuleto Estate in Middleton, California. There is 14.5% alcohol by volume in this 750 milliliter bottle of wine. So I'm looking forward to opening this up and drinking it. Let's see. Beast on Gaming's here. Beast on Gaming, great to see you. It says, let's see. It's good to see you here. It really is. He says, no, I won't terrorize this channel with my anti-water propaganda. Save that for the Square stream. And Square Guy says, wow, pretentious. Hey, I'm not anti-water. I think water's important. But hey, look, whatever you're drinking, what are you drinking tonight, Beast on Gaming? What are you drinking? Vodka? Something? And is it Elmanulingus? I'm not saying, I'm butchering this, aren't I? Elmanulingus says, hello from Paris. And hello right back at you. I'm glad. I love the French, and I love French wines. And I'm glad you're here. Stick around. We're going to have some fun. Like I said, this is an open chat tonight. Let me see what's going on Facebook here, and then we're going to open up the wines. Facebook is kind of quiet right now. People start to trickle in there about halfway into the bottle. So we'll see how this goes. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this bottle of wine. And I have my foil cutter here. Let's see. There we go. There's my foil cutter. And I have my trusty, it's been my trusty. It's getting a little loose here, so I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I've gone through 3 corkscrews this year, I think. This is my trusty one that I use on a daily basis. And I'll have to do it down here so I can actually, it's easier for me to do it down here. Okay. Let's pop open this bottle. That's a healthy pop right there. And to aerate it, I have my trusty Veneto aerator from the Veneto Wine Lover set. It's in 2 pieces. Easy to clean, by the way. You can pick this up from Amazon. I have a banner on my site at drinkwithrick.com that you can actually purchase it from if you want to. A few cents of it may go to me. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't gotten any money from Amazon yet, so who knows? So, but you can. It's your choice. And of course, to pour, I have to hold the wine. I have my trusty. This is my. Where is? Oh wow, it's rubbing off down here. My trusty Galway. Genuine Irish crystal glass. I gotta do that again. There we go. That's better. It's my genuine Galway Irish crystal glass from Ireland, given to me by my employers at BuyToWeRadios.com. I'm going to pour a little bit of this, and just a little bit. We're going to let the wine breathe for a minute. Wow, it does look very full-bodied from here. It does. It really does. While it's breathing, while we're opening up this bottle here, giving it a chance to aerate a little bit, let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about this wine. And Beast on Gaming says you haven't been hydrating, right? That Square Guy says, sorry, Rick, Beast on Gaming has declared war on drinking water in my chat. Ah, I see. Okay, well, well, I'm not going there. I'm going to stay neutral on that. This is, once again, this is the wine that we're going to open up, and we're going to learn a little bit more about it now. And I pulled up some information. Wine.com had some winemaker notes on this, and I'm not going to read them all verbatim on this, but this is for the 2016 vintage. But apparently it does have, from what it says here, I'm paraphrasing, showcases enticing aromas of red and black berries, wood, and a lingering spice. I think that's what it says there. I don't know. I can't get rid of the little pop-up thing that's in there. Okay, and this is the blend according to wine.com, and they're not the only source. I checked it. I sourced it a couple places. Vivino didn't have a lot of information on this wine, but they did give it 3.9 stars out of here. I did get wine tasting notes, the same wine tasting notes from woodswholesalewine.com. Now, this is the blend that's supposed to be in this wine. And like I read before, like I said on the back, 90% Lake County, 10% Napa County. Okay, well, that doesn't really tell me anything. It just tells me where the grapes came from. It doesn't tell me anything about the grapes themselves. But this is what I found out about the grapes themselves. This is a blend of 5 different wines. 5. Okay. 5 different wines. And it's 27% Zinfandel, 22% Malbec, 20% Petit Syrah, 20% Merlot, and 11% Tempranillo. Now that's a very interesting mix right there, and for a couple of reasons. This looks like it's going to be a very bold wine based on what I see here on the percentages. 20% Merlot, 27% Zin, and you got a Malbec in there, and you got a Petit Syrah. It looks like almost even amounts of all of them, except a little more Zin and a little less of the Tempranillo. This could prove to be a very bold wine and probably quite tannic. So we're going to try this out. That's just based on what I'm reading here from the blend. That's just my personal guess, but we'll find out. I checked around on Wine Searcher, and Saratoga Wine Exchange had it for $167.40 for a case of 12 bottles, and that came out to about $13.95 US dollars for a bottle of wine. Garnet Wines and Liquors in New York had it for $15.19 a bottle. Let's see. Woods Wholesale Wine had it for $16.99. I think I mentioned them already. B21, that's in Florida. Now, Woods Wholesale Wine is in Michigan. B21 in Florida, $16.99. And Kendall Fine Wine Spirits in Florida, $17.99. Gary's Wine and Marketplace in New Jersey had it for $21.99. And Solano Cellars in California has it for $25.66. So that's about the highest I've seen it. Now, I'll tell you what I paid for it. I'll tell you what I paid for the wine because I have the receipt right here. I paid $12.99 for this bottle of wine from winestore-online.com. That's where I shop, in Winestore here in North Carolina, and in particular the store in Blakeney, North Carolina. We're going to find out if it's worth $25, as they were saying, or if it's worth even $12. We're going to find out here in just a few moments. Let me check the chat again one more time, just to check on what's going on. Okay, Cam Brett says Rick will be Switzerland. Yeah, I'm going to be Switzerland. I'm going to try to play neutral here. I'm going to have a neutral party on that. And like I said, I enjoyed the chat last night, by the way, that Square Guy. And everyone who's in the chat, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Let's check Facebook one more time. Quiet on Facebook for the moment. I sure hope we are on Facebook, because last week, well, I'm not even going to get into last week for the moment. But I'm losing faith in using Facebook But see, about a third of my viewers are on Facebook. So, you know, I don't want to. I just don't want to kick Facebook to the curb for that reason. But that's another story entirely. Anyway, so let's give this wine a taste. And that Score Guy says I enjoyed it too. I know it was a very lively chat. It was a very fun chat. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, we've got some National Days to Toast here, don't we? Okay, I don't want to forget that. Let's give this wine a whiff. See what we can. Wow, that's an interesting aroma here. I'm getting some cherry, and I'm getting a little mix of strawberry and cherry on there. And maybe some dark fruit in there. Can't pick it out particular right now from on the nose. But it has kind of an oaky taste. It does have kind of an earthy taste. Taste, what am I saying? Smell. I haven't tasted it yet. It has an earthy smell. Okay, let's taste it. Okay. Yeah, right there in the very beginning, I tasted some, it was like wet leaves. It was just kind of really, really, really earthy. But the cherry And I got some blackberry in there. Got some blackberry. I didn't really get the strawberry that I smelled at the very beginning. Let me have a little bit more of this. Just get it. Kind of almost a little hint of chocolate in there too. Let's see. But it is oaky. And it's fairly tannic as I expected. Very, very bold wine. It's also very, very dry. And it is, let me get a second taste here to make sure. You know, it kind of goes, it's dry, but it has a sweet tinge to it on the edges. It has a sweet tinge to it on the edges, but it's definitely kind of a dry wine. The tannins are there. Not as tannic on the second sip as it was on the first, to me. I think it was not as tannic there. But definitely not a sweet wine, but it had some sweet edges to it. I don't know how else to describe it. Going down, the finish was rather very fruity, but almost a little flowery. This is kind of a complex wine, which I'm not surprised, but considering the blend that's in there, this wine is a little bit complex. Somewhat acidic. It is a little on the acidic side. So let's see. Now I am getting a little more chocolate in this one, and not so much of the oakiness in it. And it's not as earthy on this sip as it was in the first two. But it's still a little earthy. The blackberry, cherry, maybe just a hint of raspberry in there. Maybe. We'll have to get down into the bottle. We'll have to open this wine up a little bit more. I think this is a wine that really does need to be decanted to really appreciate it. It is, once again, it is a very, very dark complexion. This is not a ruby red. It's almost it's a very dark complexion. But it is quite a wine. All right, we're going to let this open up a little bit, and then we'll taste it with some foods. And in the meantime, let's get back to the chats for a minute. And let's see what we've got going on. Nothing really going on YouTube. And Facebook is very quiet. I really hope that we're getting out there on Facebook. I think we are. Anybody on Facebook can chime in and let me know, make sure it's running, because we had some trouble with it last week. And Rhonda liked it, so obviously she can see it. My good friend Rhonda, another WOFL alumni, and a good friend, an old friend. And I tell you what, Rhonda, this is to you, just for liking it. I do appreciate it. Here's to you, Rhonda. We're going to toast some birthdays for a couple of people in a couple of my old friends at WOFL. We're going to toast them a little bit. Getting back just a moment. Let me check Twitch just one more time. That's Gorgas says, "Sorry, I'm quiet. I've got you on the new TV while I do some tidying." Nothing wrong with that. How do I look on the new 4K TV? Now this is HD. This is a 2K or HD camera I have here. I'm hoping. Oh, I got to get into this. This is too early for me to get into it right now. But I'm hoping to upgrade here very soon and do some 4K video. And if that happens, you'll be all set. You'll be able to watch me in 4K. So that would be really, really cool. I'm not there yet because my old computer down here is just hobbling along, barely able to get it in HD at the moment. So, but I'm looking to fix that, and I've got some exciting news I'm going to tell you about in just a little bit about that. Hopefully, it'll work out very well. Several exciting things. Okay, so we have to pair it with tonight. We have this. Let me show you what this looks like. This is a really nice platter that my lovely wife she made for me tonight. This is. Looks like, what is this? Filet mignon. This filet mignon Yeah, she cooked some filet. Actually, believe it or not, she cooked this filet mignon just for the wine stream. She had a little piece of it in there, and she cooked it up just for this. She marinated it, cooked it just for the stream tonight. I mean, is she amazing or what? She is simply amazing. I owe her. I owe her big time. Yeah. We have some beef summer sausage here. That might go okay with this. Some crackers, and then we have the Parmesan white cheddar mix cheese. We have some cheddar, some mild cheddar, and then we have, of course, the Trader Joe's double cream Gouda, which I love so much, and which has never failed me yet on this tasting. So we're going to try it out. I think the first thing we're going to try it with, because we have to, of course, that is the steak. We're going to try it with the filet mignon. No, we can't afford to eat filet mignon every night, okay? It's just she had a piece here that she set aside, and she did it just for the wine stream. I mean, my wife is amazing. She really is. So, I'll try it with this. This is really good. Filet mignon, by the way. Oh, yeah. And the tannins are just right for this steak. There's an end as it goes down in the finish. The acidity really comes out more, but it's actually very, very good. I'm going to try this again, just because I have to. You know, I have to try this one more time. Wow, very good. Let me try it with the wine. Oh yeah, very nice, very, very nice. Oh boy, I wish we could afford filet mignon every night. Wish we could afford it every week. Yeah, I know. We don't get that too often. That was a special deal. And that Square Guy says, ooh, that would be amazing. Oh, the 4K? That Square Guy says it looks great. It upscales to 1080p. The colors are awesome. Wow, that's really cool. What brand of TV did you get? What brand was it? And that Square Guy says, making me hungry. Yeah, it's making me hungry too. And I had dinner earlier just so it would curb my appetite for this. But let me clear the palate a little bit, and we'll try it. Oh, let me know how this looks when I get the fireworks on later. When we do the birthdays. All right, I'm going to try it with a piece of this. That's a big piece of it. The beef summer sausage. Yeah, I put a whole big piece of it in my mouth. I'm going to try it with that, and a little more of this. Yeah, and my mom always told me never to talk with my mouth full. But she's not watching. Well, maybe. Let's see. Once again, not bad. It's, you know what? I could see myself having some slice of beef summer sausage and the cheese with this wine. Sausage and cheese. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty decent. I like it. Okay, works okay with the wine. Let's try it with the cheese. I'm going to clear the palate one more time. And of course, Square Guy says my dad was a Samsung. Oh, he says we got a Samsung. So you got a Samsung. Some of the Samsungs are pretty nice. I have some. I think I have some Samsung monitors around here somewhere. We had a Samsung T before, and it lasted for 2 years, and then it just went kaput one. Oh, yeah. I got a story about that. Yeah, I've got a story. I tried to fix it too. It didn't work. So we went out and got an LG, which has been working. An LG 4K, which is pretty nice. The Samsung was a 2K. Oh, it's an HD. Clear the palate a little bit, and we'll try it with the. Let me check Facebook one more time. See who's in Facebook. Nobody, nothing going on Facebook. Surprising. So let's go ahead and try it with the combo. Well, not with that piece. Give it another piece. All right, I'll try. I better not. There we go. I'll put a plate in front of it this time. Yeah. Okay. So this is the what is this? This is a white cheddar and Parmesan combo. I'm not 100% sure about this one. We'll give it a try. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad. Not my first choice for a cheese combo with this wine. It's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. Let me clear the palate again. I think I really do need to clear the palate and get some crackers for that. And water. And we'll try it again. Well, we'll try it with a different cheese. Yeah, I know. Don't talk with your mouth open. Don't talk with your mouth full of food. I'm terrible, aren't I? Okay. Let's try it with this is the cheddar. It's kind of hard to screw up a wine and cheese combo when the cheese is cheddar, isn't it? I mean, as they say in the cheese shop sketch on Monty Python, it's the single most popular cheese in the world. And it is, really, yeah, right? It's kind of hard to screw it up, right? Let's see. Let's see how that works. I didn't put enough wine in here. Needs a little more. There we go. That's better. It's actually good cheddar, by the way. Yeah. I could try that again. I have to try it again. The reason I have to try it again, I'll tell you in a minute. Let's try it again. Okay. Second, take two. Okay. Yeah, it's good. The reason I want to try it again is because I like the cheese. Okay. Let me clear the palate one more time. Oh, that Square Guy says, my dad was a Samsung dealer, so I've grown up with lots of Samsung tech. Haha. And he says, we got the top model in the 4K line, 65 inches, biggest TV I've ever had. Wow, that's awesome. That is a big TV. Wow, no wonder you were saying you and Darcy were up watching this thing late night the first time you had it. Went to bed. You went to bed pretty late. That's what I understand. I can understand that. I can understand why. I can appreciate that. Yeah. Clear the palate again. Nope. Almost forgot the water. Okay. That Square Guy says, not terrible, you're great. I really like Colby Jack. Canebread says, I really like Colby Jack. So do I. Unfortunately, we don't have any Colby Jack here, but I really love a good Colby Jack with a wine combo, and I like to have that often. We just didn't have any tonight, but what we do have is the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda, and we're going to try that right now. And I love this cheese. Very good cheese. Let's try it again. Let's try the wine again, but with this cheese. All right, here we go. Okay, I have to try that again. So let's try it with a bigger piece. Try it again with a bigger piece of cheese. Get more cheese in there and more wine. Yeah. Oh, no. Good cheese. Wow. Another winner, folks. Wow, I gotta save this last piece of cheese for after the show. This is good. I know that the cheese, the creamy Gouda goes really well with this wine. I like it. I really like it. Okay. I think that's good for the, I think that's good for the wine tasting, with the pairing, I should say. Wow, very good. Let me get back to the chat for just a moment. And I wasn't ignoring anyone in the chat. I was just really enjoying this pairing. Um, that square guy says we were really lucky and got a great deal on it. Wow! If you don't mind my asking, what kind of deal did you get? I know it would be an Australian currency. He says, "Oh yeah, we've been way up too late the last week. I'm pretty underslept. I believe it. I believe it. So you binge watching some things on it? Are you binge watching any particular shows on it? I'm assuming that you're picking out 4K shows to do that with to test out the 4K. But and you know what? Netflix has a few. They have a separate section for 4K shows now, and as does Amazon on some of their series, and I think some movies in 4K. And I've test watched some of those. Mandalorian. I'm not sure if we were watching The Mandalorian last night on ours. We have an LG 4K. And it's pretty big. I forgot what it is. I think ours is a 60-inch or something. But we were watching it last night, and we had the surround on, and everything. It was really cool. And we like to watch Baby Yoda. Yeah. But who doesn't? Come on. That's why everybody watched that show, is to watch Baby Yoda, right? So we were watching that, and I was really impressed with the cinematography, but I really didn't. It's funny. Maybe after watching 4K shows long enough, I've sort of, I don't know, I've gotten so used to it that I kind of expect that quality now, which I don't like to do, because I really like to appreciate the quality of 4K. But I don't know if that was shot in 4K or in 2K. I'm not really sure. So I haven't checked. If anybody knows whether or not The Mandalorian is shot in 4K, let me know, because I haven't really been paying that much attention to it. I've just been watching the show. Turns out, that Square Guy says that turns out a friend works at a Samsung store, so he got us an employee discount that was nearly 50% off. We couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. 50% off. Wow, half off the TV. That's awesome. I need to meet your friend. He says, we unfortunately haven't gotten to watch anything properly yet. Too busy with streaming and that community night last night. Haha. But we've run some demos and certain scenes from movies with scene. Okay. Looking forward to buying some 4K Blu-rays this week and sitting down to enjoy it properly. That would be a way to go. That was one of the things we had. Before we got our 4K TV, and we had a Blu-ray player with our previous 2K or HD TV. We had gotten, I think our first Blu-ray was Avatar. We got that first thing because it was there weren't too many titles out. There weren't too many titles. I haven't had enough of this yet. We will soon. That were Blu-ray, that were 4K. And this one just happened to be 4K, so we picked up that title. And then we got a 4K TV. I think it was one of the first movies we watched with the 4K TV to say, okay, let's see what this looks like in 4K, which was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. That Score Guy says, how do you like Mandalorian? We haven't seen the latest episode yet, but we love the show so much. Okay, well, last night, no spoilers. I'm not going to give you, I wouldn't do that to you. Honestly, I wouldn't do that to you. I like the second season pretty much. The first few episodes, and I was talking to my boss about this sometime back, and the first few episodes, and he was like, the first few episodes it seemed kind of episodic, that he wasn't doing much but just running from planet to planet, and then all of a sudden it just got really good after about the third, fourth episode, and he really liked it after that. And the funny thing is, I was thinking much the same thing. The first 2 or 3 episodes, I was like, okay, it just seems a little like, I don't know, that just like a procedural kind of thing, like the Planet of the Week. and then all of a sudden it really started getting good the last season. This season, it's been so far, I've really enjoyed this season. I really have. The second season, I really enjoyed it. I'm not no spoilers, but I think you'll like last night's episode. And it was a little bit more humorous with Baby Yoda in it too. So we all really enjoyed that. And I like the music. The music is really good, very Star Wars-esque, and I think they did a great job with the theme. So I really like that. As Gorga says, I kind of like that it started off more episodic, harkens back to the old serials that inspired Star Wars in the first place. You know what? That is a very good point, and I'll say that after I share that view with you. Once I got into towards the end of the season, I was kind of thinking along the same lines. It's like, oh wait a minute, isn't that what Star Wars was based on? It was really based on the old, serials back in the old days in the movie theaters, the weekly serials, the Flash Gordons and the Buck Rogers kind of thing, the old serials with Buster Crabbe and that. And I got to thinking about that and said, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I have to go back and rewatch the first 3 or 4 episodes again just to be sure. But it's gotten pretty. It's gotten pretty good. I like it. I like it so far. That score guy says, I feel like when every other series is full on with all the overarching plots and complicated plots, I really like how Mandalorian is a bit of an easier watch. Yeah. And you know what? It makes him sound, I can't say human because, those are all different species, right? But I guess that's the only word I can think of. It kind of humanizes him a little bit more. When you watch the first Star Wars films and you saw Boba Fett and Jango Fett and all that, and you kind of just thought them as like one-dimensional bounty hunters, that's what they did. They're very cold, calculated killers, but just in it for the money. But then what the series does is it really, really humanizes him a lot more, and I like that. I like that. Mandalorian's not necessarily the bad guy, that kind of thing. So, and I very much like that. Square Guy says, so many shows try to get you hooked at the end of each episode so you binge the whole thing in one night, but I like that each Mandalorian episode pretty much stands on its own. It's relaxing, haha. And I agree with you. I do agree with you on that. Yeah, that is a good point. Let me get back to Facebook for just a moment. Nothing going on Facebook. Very quiet tonight. Very surprising. My wife, Chi, in YouTube says, yes, she is amazing, crazy, amazing. Oh, she's talking about herself. Yes, she is amazing, crazy, amazing. Yeah, that's my wife. Modest, too. She's very modest as well, right? Okay. All right, well, let's get to... that square guy says, yeah, absolutely. I love how deep he is as a character. You really feel like you understand him. Yeah, I agree with that, too. I think... Well, if you're going to have a show about the Mandalorian, you got to make him a little more likable, right? Although I have watched series before where none of the characters were very likable, and you wonder, like, why do I keep watching this each week? But yeah, that's absolutely true. Okay, let's get to before we get too far down, because I am getting a little bit into this bottle, let's go ahead and do the birthdays, because we have some birthdays to celebrate this week. And let me get the fireworks in place. Birthdays this week. First of all, for birthdays, I want to toast my good friend Dee. Dee, her birthday was on Tuesday, the 17th, and I was a little bit farther back, but because I missed her birthday last week, we were doing the wine stream last week, and I missed that her birthday was there. Dee is an old friend and a really nice lady. I haven't seen her in years, to be honest. I have not seen her in years, but we've been friends on Facebook for quite a while. And Dee and I work together at WOFL, Channel 35. Yes, another WOFL alumni. I talk about the TV station a lot. It was, at the time, I think it was the 24th in the market. back in the day when I started, and they moved up, and it was a Fox. It became, when I left WOFL, when I left Channel 35, it was a Fox affiliate, and it was a really, really top-end Fox affiliate, and we had, everybody had done just a remarkable job, a great job of getting that radio, that TV station from. When I started, it was just a little bitty independent station, and we were on the north end of South Orange Blossom Trail, and in a really bad neighborhood. And it was just a very, very small place. That's when I started. When we left, they had these nice digs in Lake Mary, just really big studios and everything. We really took it to the top, pretty much, that TV station. I think it's remained on top pretty much ever since, as far as I know. But I tell you what, it was a great crew of people, and they're more like family to me. Dee was one of those people that I met early on, really nice lady. And this is her birthday. Her birthday was on the 17th of November. And Dee, this is for you. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. And I'm going to toast you again because I have plenty of wine, and just because I can. To you, D Banner. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. To my good friend D. Another person I'd like to toast next for birthdays. I did toast him last week, but because of the snafu and the mess up, which I really blame myself for more than Facebook, I don't think he actually got to see it. This is from my good friend Ted Duke. My tongue's messing up. Ted Duke is an old friend of mine I knew as a kid, and he really cool guy. He was somebody that we went to church together, and he was somebody that I always looked up to as a really cool guy. I always thought he was just so cool, Ted, and he is, and Ted and I are friends, been friends on Facebook for a long time. Haven't heard too much from him lately, but I want to say, Ted, this is for you. Your birthday was on the 19th. That was, what was that, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So here's to you, Ted, once again. Happy birthday. This is to Ted Duke. When I was a kid, we all called him Teddy Duke, and I don't know if he even likes that anymore. But Mr. Ted Duke, Mr. Duke, Ted, this is for you once again. Happy birthday. And another birthday that I want to, and this is another WOFL alumnus. This is my good friend Mark. Mark, who I worked with at WOFL also for many, many years. Mark Mitchell, birthday is tomorrow. Your birthday is tomorrow, Sunday, the 22nd. Wow. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Mark, here's to you. Happy birthday. And I'm going to toast you again. Why not? Boy, I'm going to go through this bottle pretty quick if I keep doing it that way, right? But Mark, Mark and his wife celebrated their anniversary. We toasted their anniversary last month. So I already gave them an anniversary toast. Here it is his birthday tomorrow. So once again, for my good friend Mark, a really, really nice guy, Mark Mitchell, happy birthday. And Ron, if you're still watching, you know Mark, as I do, and really, really cool guy. Okay, one more person who is having a birthday is coming up. His birthday is going to be this coming Friday. I know it's pretty close to the next year's. Maybe I have had too much. Next week's wine stream, but I want to toast him now because there's something I want to say about him. And this is for my good friend Rob. Rob, who I actually, Rob is a podcaster. Way back. He started podcasting probably before I did. I think a little bit before I did. So he's been podcasting it as long as I have, and I think a little bit longer. longer than I have. But Rob actually helped me out when I was first moving my podcast to Libsyn, and he's helped me out a couple of times. We've had one or two conversations since then, and I first actually got to meet him in person. Now, Rob, this is Rob Walsh, and Rob, he's somebody that I've interacted with online for almost as long as I've been podcasting, for 14 years, but over 14 years. But the thing is, I only actually first got to meet him in person finally when I first attended a Podfest. When I attended my first Podfest in let's see, that was in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And my son and I went to Podfest there, and we got to meet him for the first time at Podfest in person. But I'd always wanted to meet him in person. There were a few people the number of people that I had been communicating with online for many, many years as podcasters, and I never really got to meet in person. And I always want to meet in person, but finally got to. Anyway, here's to Rob Walsh. Rob is the VP of Podcaster Relations at Libsyn. Now, Libsyn, for those who don't know, Libsyn is a podcast host. And a podcast host, I've been hosting, they've been my podcast host. In fact, they hosted the Forcefield podcast. That's when I first started hosting with them, when I was doing the Forcefield podcast back in 2006. And they've been my podcast host for many, many years since. They host this one. This podcast, Drink with Rick podcast, if you're listening to Drink with Rick after the stream, the podcast version of it, that's where you're getting the file from. You're getting it from Libsyn. Libsyn is the host, is the hosting company hosting Drink with Rick. And they do a fine job. They do a fine job there, always have. And Rob's been very helpful to me in the past, as the whole staff of Libsyn has. Rob Greenlee, who I've toasted in the past on a number of occasions, who's been in the chat a number of times in the past. Rob is... he's been in the chat a couple of times, yeah. And Rob has, both the Robs, they call them the Robs, because we refer to them as the Robs. Both of them work at Libsyn, and Rob Greenlee is another person who has helped me out quite a bit in the past as a podcaster. Anyway, for Rob Walsh, I know, this is stream of consciousness. I got off on a tangent. Anyway, this is not about me. It's about you, Rob. Rob's birthday's coming up on the 27th. That's Friday. For Rob Walsh, happy birthday. And I'm going to toast you again, just because I went off on a long tangent, because that's what I do here. That's what I do here on Drink with Rick. Rob, here's to you. Thank you for all of your insight and all of your help in the past. Here's to you. Happy birthday. And Rob has a lot of insight in the pod. He's been doing it for a long time, longer than me, as I said before. He has a lot of insight into the podcast space. And if you are a podcaster or looking to get into podcasting, he is one person to talk to and learn about the art of podcasting. And the business of podcasting is kind of it's an industry of its own now. But Rob Walsh, the Vice President of Podcast Relations at Libsyn. Okay, so I have one more here. Before I get to that, I want to get back to the chat for just a minute. That Score Guy says, let's see. Oh, I also like that they release it one episode each week. Gives me something to look forward to. I like that too. We're looking forward to our evenings when the Mandalorian comes on. We eat dinner and then we go in there to watch it. It is something to look forward to. And I think it's only 8 episodes for the season, so we only got 4 or 5 more weeks of it to go. It's a shame. That Score Guy says Twin Peaks, The Return did that, and it was so exciting to get another episode every week for 18 weeks. Yeah. I can say that about a few. There are a few shows that I did that I really appreciate the fact that they weren't dumping them all And that's, I guess, something I don't like about Netflix is that they dump all the episodes over per se. I like the fact of having something to look forward to every week. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. And that score guy says, "Here's to Rob." Here's to Rob. One more toast to Rob. Let's see. There's one person I'd like to give a congratulations out to. Another special friend from in WFL alumnus, another friend of mine and a coworker from Channel 35 back in the day. And this is my friend Tony. My good friend Tony. Tony is, he has a lot of talents. He's multi-talented, but he worked in the sales department at WFL. Back when I was there, he was one of the salespeople there. Good guy, great guy. A lot of fun to talk to. Got to get to know Tony, and it's an honor that I've gotten to get to know Tony. When I was working there and over the years, and Tony has another talent too that is also really cool, as well as some of my other co-workers there at WFL. He's very musically talented, and he plays the drums. He's very musically talented, and his musical background, he does have some credits to his name, but Tony has just completed today, or 12/19. What's today? 12/19. That was Thursday. 12/19. He just completed an album, and it's called "She's Ready." And now the release date is excuse me, it wasn't I think he completed today. And the release date is going to be December 19th. Excuse me on that. Sorry, Tony, if I messed that up. He's just completed, I think he completed it yesterday or today, the album. And the release date for this album is on December 19th. And it's called She's Ready. If you can, check it up. It's going to be available on iTunes and a lot of other places. I don't have a list of all the places here where it's going to be available. I'm looking forward to purchasing the album, picking it up. Really looking forward to that. I have heard Tony play many times, and as a matter of fact, during some of our Christmas party videos that we used to create at Channel 35 every year, he would occasionally get in, and they would put together an impromptu band with other co-workers there, some who were also very talented, and I think he would play drums on that. And then my good friend Pete Moltek, who I've mentioned before, of the Generators, who passed away tragically not too long after my wife and I were married. He would play guitar and sing, and there were a few other. Michael Papademos, Pappy, as we used to call him, Michael Papademos would be in the band. Jeff Pierce, another good friend of mine, all of whom I've toasted on in the past on the wine stream, and then we get together and they put this band together and play stuff. So I've heard them play together multiple times. I've heard Tony would release certain things and videos on his stream in the past where he'd be playing music, doing some live shows and things like that. Really always a pleasure to watch him, and he's done some really good music. He's a very talented individual. Anyway, he has just put together an album, and the release date, once again, is December 19th, and the name of the album is She's Ready, and I think it showcases his daughter on the album cover. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to hearing this album. So I'm going to be buying a copy of it. But it's going to be available on iTunes. It's going to be available. I think it's going to be available. Did you say Google Podcasts or Google Music, Google Play Music, and a number of other venues? It's going to be available widely. So if you get a chance, go check it out. And I'm going to do a review of the album when it comes out. Of course, I'm not going to be able to play because of copyright restrictions. I'm not going to be able to play any of the music here on the wine stream, but I will review it, and I'll tell you what I think of it. I'll give it an honest review, by the way, and tell you what I think of it. And we'll see. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Anyway, here's to my good friend Tony Triozzi. Tony, congratulations on completing your album. Congratulations. That's for you. And another one, too. Congratulations, Tony. My good friend Tony Triozzi, who, by the way, am I a little biased here? By the way, Tony is also Italian. Tony Triozzi, a good Italian name like mine. As I'm Italian, Tony is also of Italian descent. So yeah, he's Italian. He's Italian through and through. I'll tell you, he's a cool guy, really cool guy, Tony. Okay, so I think that's got it for the birthdays and everything. How do by the way, Square Guy, how do the fireworks look back there on 4K? They look okay, not too bad. They look all right. Let me check the chat one more time on Facebook, and really, Facebook is really quiet tonight. Man, it's starting to worry me because usually we have some people coming into Facebook. We usually have a pretty lively chat on Facebook, and the fact that it's not, it makes me wonder if I know I made that public tonight. I know I made that public. Hopefully everybody can see me. That Square Guy says, fireworks look great. All right. Here's the fireworks. And as long as we handle them safely. All right, so this is what we're drinking tonight, if you're just joining me. We're drinking this. This is a California wine. It's called Native Son. This is from Kuleto Estates. It's a 2016. And I'll tell you once again, the combination of grapes that are in here, 27% Zinfandel, 22% Malbec, 20% Petit Syrah, 20% Merlot, and 11% Tempranillo. That's what's in this wine, and I'm telling you, it's a pretty bold, it's a very bold wine with that, and not surprising with that combination, but it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty decent. I like it. And the Square Guy says, did you see my message about Darcy? No, I didn't. What? Wait. Okay, I had to scroll up a little bit. Missed it. I'm sorry about that. Okay. By the way, it's Darcy's birthday on Wednesday. Really? Okay, so we have to toast Darcy. Let's toast Darcy. It's an honor to toast Darcy. It is. Okay. Is Darcy still in the chat? I haven't seen her. She's been very quiet here. Let's see. Let me go up there. Darcy Stardust, are you still in the chat? I'm pretty sure he is. Okay, she's there. She's here next to me. Haha, that's what the Square Guy says. I'm here just doing things in the background. That's Darcy Stardust. Okay, get ready. Fireworks, right? We've got to have the fireworks for this. Okay. Okay, here's to Darcy Stardust. And by the way, I like that hand. I really do like that, Darcy Stardust. Anyway, here's to Darcy Stardust. Your birthday is this coming Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Wednesday is the 25th? Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's the 25th, right? November 25th? I think so. Anyway, here's to Darcy. That's right. Okay. Darcy Stardust. Darcy, here's to you. Have a very happy birthday. And may you have many, 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 many more. Here's to Darcy. Okay, I'll toast you a second time because I consider you guys good friends of mine. The Square Guy, Darcy Stardust, happy birthday. The Square Guy says, I'll have to toast my tea. Oh, so you're drinking tea tonight? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I like a good tea. Oh, we could go on and on about tea. That's Darcy says, thanks so much. I must be special if I get two. You are indeed special. You are indeed special. And you know what? And not to diminish anyone else here in the chat. And I say this all the time. Everyone here is special. Each of you you're all very, very special. And no, I didn't miss you, CM Cinder. She says, "Hi, Dad." My daughter, she's also special too. Um, Everyone is special, and I don't want to break into song on that, but yeah, I could get in trouble with the copyright police, right? Wherever they are. And I know someone who works at ASCAP, by the way, as I refer to them, and he didn't like it when I said this, but yeah, I have an old friend of mine who actually used to work at WFL, who actually works for ASCAP, and yeah, I used to call it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go there. Never mind what I called it. I guess you can guess. Let's see. The square guy says break into song. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to spare you that. Darcy Stardust says thanks. It's on Wednesday, and she's talking to Tom Antio and CM Cinder. So where was I? Okay, we got the congratulations. National days. I knew we had something else to toast, and of course, like I said, the chat's wide open. So we're talking in the chat. The chat's wide open. If Ed were here, he'd break into the chat right away, and we'd be talking about Disney stuff all night, because that's what I like to do with Ed, and a lot of other things. I don't see Ed here tonight, but he might be checking in later. So, where was I again? Oh, yeah. National days. So this is courtesy of my good friend Marlo Anderson at nationaldaycalendar.com. He is the CEO of nationaldaycalendar.com, and a lot of people use his site to get the national days. A lot of big media companies use his site for the national days. I know the WBT not WBT, what am I thinking? The Rock Hill station, Rock Hill radio station. Forgive me for the folks in Rock Hill if I forgot the call letters offhand, because it's been so long since I've driven down to Rock Hill. I used to listen to them in the mornings driving down to work. But I haven't been to my office since March. So anyway, so November 21st. November 21st is National Gingerbread Cookie Day. National Gingerbread Cookie. Do I have a yeah, I got something else. Not the fireworks. Let's not do the fireworks. Let's do something else. Let's do we'll do this. Okay. Whoops, that's the fireworks, and that's over my head. Okay. What did I do there? I screwed something up. Okay. You weren't supposed to see that, folks. Nothing to see here. Okay, let's do this. That's better. That's better. Okay, so yeah, it's okay. It's cool on Twitch, on Facebook, and everybody else are saying like, "Wow, what a moron." Yeah, I know. So unprofessional, this guy. He should know what he's doing here with switching. I'm going to get into that in just a few minutes, because that has to do with one of my exciting announcements. November 21st is National Gingerbread Cookie Day. Yes, who doesn't like gingerbread cookies? Now, there's an idea for you. Okay, that square guy, Darcy, there's a challenge for you. Gingerbread cookies for a baking video, or a baking live wine stream. Why not? Bake and wine and all that all at the same time. That's fine. Baking live stream, I should say. National Gingerbread Cookie Day. I love gingerbread cookies. I do, and this is the time of the year for it. Love gingerbread cookies. I'm not supposed to be eating them. Definitely not supposed to be eating them, as my wife can attest to, which I'm pretty sure she's watching me on Facebook right now, and she will happily concur. But I love them, and gingerbread cookies are great. National Gingerbread Cookie Day. I'll drink to that. Do I have enough wine for this? Let's see. I'm almost halfway down there. I'll go easy on this. National Stuffing Day. November 21st is National Stuffing Day. Now, I'm not sure. I don't really know how this works in Australia, for those who live in Australia and some other countries. Of course, you know that we're coming up in the U.S. here. We're coming up on our annual Thanksgiving Day. And so it is natural to to have National Stuffing Day coming up on the 21st of November, because traditionally turkeys get stuffed, right? And then after the turkeys get stuffed, we get stuffed with turkey and stuffing. Anyway, here's the National Stuffing Day. Enough of my really bad dad jokes. National Stuffing Day. I will drink to that. I love a good stuffing, a good bread stuffing. You know, some of the best bread stuffings I've had is not just the bread, but they throw in a few other things, like, you know, to make it a little crunchy. They throw in some a little bits of celery. I like that kind of stuffing with the, you know, you got the stuffing in there and you got the little tiny bits of celery in there. That's kind of cool. I've had that a few times, and a lot of people don't do that. But if you get a little bit of celery in your stuffing and a little chips of it or little bits, that to me is kind of cool. National Red Mitten Day. Yeah, it's getting colder, folks, in many parts of the world. Some National Red Mitten Day. And National Adoption Day. That's the Saturday before Thanksgiving is National Adoption Day. I did not know that. Here's the National Stuffing Day, National Red Mitten Day, and National Adoption Day. Trying to clear them all out at once. November 22nd. Tomorrow is November 22nd. Actually, it's going to be tomorrow here, at least in the U.S., it's going to be tomorrow in another 45 minutes. We got one day here. What is it? Anybody guess what day it's going to be tomorrow? We're coming up on Thanksgiving. We've had National Stuffing Day. What's coming up on November 22nd, which would be Sunday? November 22nd is National Cranberry Relish Day. I got to think about that for a second. Cranberry relish. I've never had cranberry relish. Cranberries. I like cranberries. I really do like. Now, I don't usually have a lot of cranberries with my turkey and stuffing, all that kind of stuff. But I like the fact that they're there at the table when they're at the table, and I do like cranberries when they're there. And cranberries are very good for you. But I had a relative that worked for Ocean Spray way back in the day, and sold a lot of cranberries. And cranberries are very healthy for you. But cranberry relish. I don't know. What do you think? You think I should toast that or not? I don't know. Cranberry relish, that's a little different. I don't know. That square guy says, baking and wine. Yes, just be careful. Just do the wine in moderation, or else you never know what's gonna. You want to be careful with the baking stuff. Darcy says, yum, I love gingerbread. So do I. And CM Cinder says, we need to make some gingerbread cookies then. I love gingerbread cookies. There's an idea, CM Cinder. I think you should. I think you should go downstairs and make some gingerbread cookies this year. I think you should. Absolutely. I'm scrolling up here a little bit. Where did I miss something here? Okay. CM Center says, alternative to eating a stuffed turkey on National Stuffing Day, Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear. Well, you can't eat a Build-A-Bear, but okay, yeah, you could build a bear. You could stuff a bear. Yeah, you could stuff a bear, build a bear. Branda Mafia is in the chat. It's good to see you, Branda Mafia. Thanks for being here tonight. And Branda Mafia says, Rick, you ever try a spicy Caesar homemade in Canada? No, I have not. You'll have to tell me about that. Spicy Caesar homemade in Canada. Please tell me about that. I'm always up to try something new. CM Sender says, November sure has a lot of food-based national days. Yeah, they do. They seem to. Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Anything else going on Facebook? No, quite on Facebook. actually. And she says she's on YouTube. She says extra crispy possum belly stuffing. No. Okay, I draw the line at that. Yeah, she's toying with me now. She's toying with me now. It's you've been watching too many episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies. I can say that. She says possum belly stuffing. No, no, I'm not doing that. I won't drink to that. No, possum belly stuffing. She's toying with me. It's what she does. Okay. Anyway, where was we? Oh, where were we? Where was we? Okay. So I think that's got it. The National Cranberry Relish Day. What do you think? The jury's still out on cranberry relish. I love cranberries, and I like it with the cranberry sauce and all that kind of stuff on Thanksgiving and that sort of thing. Cranberry relish. I don't know. Do you think I should toast that or not? What do you think? Should I toast Cranberry Relish Day? Cam Bread says, I wish I could drink so I could recommend some wine to you. I understood. I understand. No problem. Not a problem. Don't worry about it. You can recommend other drinks to me. They don't have to be coffee. I love to drink coffee. You know, that Squirt Guy says, I reckon down with cranberry relish. Reckon down with cranberry. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Down with cranberry relish. I think we won't toast that. Okay, so I guess that does it for the national days, okay? That does it for the national days. Yeah. I think we're done with the national days. Okay, just to let anyone know that they've missed this, we're drinking the this. This is the Native Son. This is a 2016. It is a blend of about 5 different grapes. It's actually pretty good. I like it. It's pretty good. So, you know what? What else we got here? So it's an open chat tonight. Open chat. And I still have some food over here I'd like to eat with this wine, but I'm going to wait till later, if it's any good later. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing else going on in the chat. I know my wife is lurking on. She's laughing at me. She's laughing at me. Yeah, she often does. So, okay, I wanted to touch on something that Brandon Mafia said. Brandon Mafia said, Rick, you ever tried Spicy Caesar homemade in Canada? You've got to tell me about this. What is this? No, I don't know anything about it, really, to be honest. You need to tell me about that. Cam Bread, once again, I had there's something else I wanted to touch on just briefly. I wanted to